Welcome to the Savor the Burn podcast. My name is Jonathan. This over here is Mr. W2. How do you do?
Man, I'm doing good. This has been a good night.
It's been a good night so far. Hopefully this bottle of Willett straight rye whiskey won't F that up for us. But I have no doubts that it won't. It won't, because it's rye. We both like rye. We've done so many rye whiskeys on this podcast.
We have.
And we have so many more to go. We really need to hop back into the scotches. If you have a suggestion for a scotch that you would like us to review, or that you would like to try but don't want to spend the money on, let us know in the comments. Hit like, hit follow on the little bell notification if you're on YouTube. Share this with a friend. Let us know what you and or your friends would like us to try as far as scotches go, because scotches are coming. It's just a matter of time. We're gonna have a whole bunch of scotches
here
before too long. And but right now we got to get into this Willett Family Estate 3-year straight rye whiskey. What can you tell us about it?
This was a bottle. This was a little sample bottle that my sister gave me. I believe around Christmas. So we're halfway through the year now, but I've saved this bottle. Haven't gotten into it, obviously, because there wouldn't be much left if I had.
Right.
But this is it's the Willett straight rye whiskey, distilled Willett Distillery. This one is aged 3 years. Style of straight rye whiskey, and the maturation is white oak barrels. Comes in at 108 proof, and this does a real estate rye whiskey with bold power and plums on the middle palate.
Plums on mid palate. Okay.
The Willett family has a long whiskey making history stretching back into the 1700s. The family has worked for others and operated their own distillery off and on for well over 200 years. Pretty long time.
It really is.
Prior to 2012, there were hand-selecting casks from the Kentucky Bourbon Distillers inventory for their releases. Since then, Willett whiskeys are made from a new make spirit coming from their newly renovated distillery, opened in 2012, and appropriately called the Willett Distilling Company. They deliver no fewer than a dozen varieties. The name is long enough to tell you just about everything you need to know about this whiskey. Willett Family Estate, 3-year-old small batch rye. Obviously, it's a 3-year-old rye whiskey and bottled at a nearly cask strength, and small batch only begins to tell the tale. But the main thing to remember is that it means that the flavor profile and proof strength vary from batch to batch. Go with the Willett and be inspired every single time and with every single sip you take. And that's all I got to say about that. As always, on the morning of podcast recording, my sister sends me a message. What's on the docket for today? And so I give her the list of things that we're going to try today. And about an hour, maybe 2 hours or so later, she sends me a picture of her full-size Willett Estate rye bottle, the rye green top. She's got the full 750 that they bought from the distillery,
which you'll probably see pictures in the slideshow.
And she's like, "That sounds great. I'm having one right now."
Oh, face. What are you doing?
I think her pour was definitely a little bit more than ours, but that's okay.
For sure.
If I like this as much as...
I think that's about even.
One of the things she told me today was she does not love ryes.
Okay. That's fine. Not everybody does.
She likes ryes. She has learned to like ryes. She does not love ryes. However, she found this one exceptionally good because it's dry. The rye spice is a little bit less than normal and a little bit softer than a normal rye. And
even at 108 proof. Well, what's her proof? She's got a 4-year.
I think hers is a little bit higher. I think hers is like 110-ish, 111 something.
Okay.
Ooh.
I have fingerprints on my glass. It's kind of hard to see the legs. Oh, yeah. Shit. Look at that. These are curved legs. I mean, I like curves. I like legs. Round objects.
That's a good nose.
Yeah, once again, it looks like the Peerless went straight down. These are curved. These are still curved. And it's thick all the way down to here. Mm-hmm. And then it's not legs all the way from the top. It's like kind of goes around a little bit. That's interesting. So this is going to be probably creamy and very coating on it. How grainy is that oat? Oat. Yep. The nose is so grainy.
But the nose is very creamy, and then the rye spice kind of just opens up.
Wow, that's really interesting. I wowed it, so that's at least a 4 on the nose. That's really cool. What does it say on for the nose specifically? High alcohol content and spiciness of the rye surprised the nose with power before toasted oak and toffee appear. I agree with the toffee.
There's that, yeah.
Do you get the toasted oak? I don't think I do.
Maybe a hint. Not enough to call a great deal of attention to.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's really good.
I agree with toffee over caramel.
Over caramel, definitely. Let's try this.
I agree with what Faith told me. She's like, it's a dry palate.
I think it's still pretty sweet.
But there's a lot of rye spice there.
Yeah, rye spice is there. The rye. It's like a grain, like a cereal grain rye. Mm-hmm. Like this is super unique in the way that I think this actually tastes like grain, like actual just grain.
Is that rye bread, maybe?
Dude, this is just straight fucking grain. Like have you ever bucked hay?
No.
Oh. Well, if you live in the Midwest,
city boy.
If you ever spent any time on a farm or with anybody that farms, sometimes they farm hay or they farm wheat or whatever the fuck it is that they farm anyway. So they end up, harvesting whatever grain that they grew, probably wheat, and then they cut down the whole stem or whatever of the plant, because you've got if you got a grain plant, you've got the stem, and then you got the head up at the top with all the wheat in it. So they cut the wheat, everything down there is like the stem pretty much. And so you get that, you bale it, and then it kicks it out the back of the baler, and then numbnuts like me at a young age are willing to pick them up for like 5 cents each. And then you follow a tractor pulling a trailer, and then one guy has got like gloves and a hook, right? It's got a handle with a long hook on it, right? Yep. And you grab it and it's got like three wires on it that hold the bale together. A bale is like a brick of hay, and so you try to wedge your hand in under that first wire, and you hit it with the hook, and then you heave it over onto the trailer, and then whoever's on the trailer riding shotgun on the trailer, they will grab it and they'll try to stack it up nice and neat. So if you're walking along behind, you got to be able to keep up with this fucking trailer, and because you're trying to make your nickel per bale. Anyway, so this tastes like that. Smelled kind of on
it's super creamy though.
It didn't taste creamy. It didn't have a toffee to it, but it's like hanging out in a barn full of hay.
And not that it tastes like grape nuts, but it's that creamy milk that's left over after you're done with your grape nuts.
I'm wowed on the palate. I'm wowed on the finish, and this is only a 3-year.
That's really good, man.
Willett, what have you done? I mean, this took me straight back to childhood. Hard fucking labor for a, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever, but some of us have that experience. It was just what it was. We were trying to make money. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to give me a 5 cents per bale of hay? What does that even mean? Are you fucking serious? No, we got this huge field full of hay bales. And every one of those is 5 cents. All you got to do is pick it up and put it on the trailer. Come on, kid. You think you're strong? How strong are you? Like, you're fucking strong enough for this. 25 seconds into it, not as strong as I thought it was. Because the field is a little uneven. Because they mowed that shit short before they baled it up. Mm-hmm. You've walked in a field before after hay baling season. You know what it's like. You lived in cow towns before and all these flyover states that, Savor the Burn kind of exist within. So, yeah, you've had these experiences before. You know what it's like. This is tasty.
This is very tasty. And I'm confused at the moment because I just finished doing my math.
Yeah.
And I don't understand my total score because this is way better than my total score.
On the finish, for me, the bite of the rye bite itself, like for me, there really wasn't an alcohol ethanol presence. It was there, but it wasn't like, it was like backseat. The finish isn't warm. There's no Kentucky hug, so to speak. It's just, it's there. It's like grain sweet, creamy sweet. It's super interesting. I'm going to put that down as that.
So we divide this by 3. Nose, palate, finish.
Yeah, since we're not doing the bottle presentation, we're reverting
by 2, right?
We're reverting back to our advent calendar. If you followed us along on our advent calendar shorts, which really you don't have to scroll down too far to find. We haven't had a lot of shorts since then, but scroll down, you'll see that we're using the same exact math on that as we are on this.
Without a presentation, we still want to arrive at a 1 to 10 rating.
Right.
So we take a 5 nose, 5 palate, 5 finish. Total of 15 possible. Divide that by 3. Multiply that by 2 to give us our 1 to 10 rating. And my total confuses me.
My total confuses me too. Because I would have thought it'd be higher.
This drink's a lot better than what my overall came out to. What did you give it on the nose?
On the nose, I gave it a 4. It was almost instant wow. But it wasn't like, mind-blowing wow. It's just like, wow, what the hell?
I gave it 4 1/4.
You gave it 4 1/4? Mm-hmm. How about the palate?
I gave the palate a 4 1/4.
Also, okay, so you gave it a 4 1/4, I gave it a 4, and then on the palate, you gave it a 4 1/4, I gave it a 4. So we're consistent with our wow. Huh, okay. How about the finish?
I gave my finish 4 1/4.
So on the finish, you gave it a 4 1/4. I gave it 3 3/4. Those are great. I mean, mine is good. Yours is great. You were wowed more by it, even though this took me back to like child labor from my youth. So what did your final score end up being?
Mine ended up being 8.5.
8.5.
Which I shouldn't have been surprised by. 4 1/4 all the way down.
Yeah.
Should have made sense to me. But yeah, I thought it should have been a little bit more. But
8.5's a damn fine whiskey.
What was your final?
My final was 7.833.
All right.
Yeah. My math is a little difficult sometimes, but
girl. Same.
Whiskey. If only you could see the editing room floor. So, if you have any thoughts on this, actually, you know what? While you're writing your thoughts on this Willett straight rye whiskey, I'm going to check the socials here real quick on the Kansas City Whiskey Guild.
What you got?
Nancy says she's had it. She's had that particular Willett. She hasn't had the pot still, but she has had that one. And
it's a common one.
Dennis says, I really like the Willett Estate Rye.
It's good.
Yeah, it really is good. The Kansas City Bourbon and Whiskey Club Facebook group.
Have they redeemed themselves?
They have not. They haven't said S word about it. On the Whiskey Tribe, well, Christopher only said that he loves the pot still. Willett, wherever that went. He didn't say anything about the rye. And Evan says, I haven't had a Willett I loved. So maybe that means he liked it, but he just didn't love it. I'm going to put words in your mouth, Evan, since you're not going to give me the words that I'm looking for. I'm going to put words in your mouth. Evan definitely liked it. Maybe he didn't love it, but he definitely liked it. Thank you, Evan, so much for your lengthy, wordy commentary on our post in the Whiskey Tribe. If you're not part of a whiskey group in your area, at least in a Facebook group, check out Whiskey Tribe. If you're not familiar with their podcast, go check them out. Whiskey Tribe on YouTube. Start sometime in the last year and work your way up from there, because there's some explaining to do, because Daniel's not there anymore. He's got his own separate thing going on there with the Whiskey Vault. But is that what it was called? The Whiskey Vault?
Whiskey Vault?
Okay. So, and Daniel is incredible, and he has a nice taste in hats, apparently. If he does say so himself. Have you given this a second nose on the empty glass?
Not yet. I was just looking at this taster bottle and then kind of looking at the picture that I've got here of the full-size bottle. And I think it's funny that they both have like a green stripe at the top of the label.
Yeah.
But the full-size bottle has a secondary small band at the top.
Yeah.
They've incorporated that into a single label on this one.
Yeah, so this is breakfast grains all day.
Yep.
On the nose. Once again, it's that natural.
9 out of 10 of our tastings end up as cereal grains.
What's the sweetness? I don't think it's honey. I don't think it's
the second
toffee butterscotch. I don't even think it's caramel. What is that? Maybe it's one of the sugars, just plain white sugar.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
Yeah, that's wild. If you don't have
it's definitely not a brown sugar.
If you don't have your own Glencairn glasses, and that's exactly what these are. It's a Glencairn brand. I know you can't read it, but it says it on the bottom, where the punt would be on a bottle. But if you don't have your own glasses, go to savorthebourbon.com/shop and scroll down past the t-shirts, the custom t-shirts that W2 made up and that I had some input on. I'm like,
get yourself one.
Yeah, get yourself a t-shirt and go check out our Amazon affiliate links and check out. We got a 2-pack. We got a travel case pack.
I'm gonna buy that
with a couple of those.
Case.
It's such a cool thing. But we have many things on there to help elevate your bar experience. Your cocktail experience, because we are a podcast of cocktails and rocktails, so not just whiskey review. So definitely check that out, savorthebourbon.com/shop, and just kind of scroll down and see what's what. We've also got lots of different bitters. I look down here like you can see it, but we have like a whole line of bitters in there that we have
they're all on
affiliate
online.
Links with. Yeah, I mean, there's walnut bitters, there's Aztec chocolate.
I just recently got the lemon bitters.
The lemon bitters are on the way. There's fee foam. There's cocktail shaker kits like the one we gave away.
We should start thinking about
to a lucky
our next
listener.
giveaway.
Yeah, what we should. What would be a good giveaway?
We got to top our last giveaway.
We got to top it. We got to make it better. Let us know in the comments what you think would be a good giveaway item from anything in savorthebourbon.com/shop or otherwise. Let us know. Until then, no matter what you're drinking, who you're drinking it with, and where you're drinking it, never forget, keep on burning.